We were there. We were there the night that Jesus was arrested. We were there to see Judas bring the soldiers. We were there to see Judas kiss Jesus on the cheek. The soldiers grabbed him. We didn't know what to do. We all ran away.
Peter followed them at a distance. He went to where they were keeping Jesus. Earlier that day, Jesus had told him that Peter would deny Jesus 3 times, but Peter didn't believe him. But Jesus was right. 3 different times, someone asked Peter, "Do you know Jesus? Aren't you his disciple?" And 3 times, Peter said, "No, I don't know him." And then Jesus looked at Peter, and Peter realized what he did, and he felt really guilty.
They took Jesus to the Sanhedrin, the ruling Jewish council, and they put him on trial. They had all kinds of different witnesses came forward. Nobody agreed. It was a joke. Finally, they brought 2 in that they paid. And they both said that Jesus had blasphemed, that he had said bad things about God and about the temple.
The whole night, the people who were keeping Jesus captive hit him, and spat on him, and slapped him. They mocked him and made fun of him. And then, when it was morning, they brought him to Pontius Pilate so that they could ask him if they could kill Jesus.
Pontius Pilate was the Roman governor. He was in charge of that whole territory. They brought Jesus saying that Jesus claimed to be a king. He was trying to take power from Caesar. Pilate knew that this was a lie. He questioned Jesus. He found him innocent. He told the people, I see no basis for a charge against this man. Yet still the crowd shouted. Pilate tried to release Jesus several times. The crowd would have none of it. Pilate asked, "What should I do with your king?" They shouted, "Crucify him, crucify him." Even though Pilate knew that Jesus was innocent, he still had his soldiers take Jesus away to punish him, thinking that this might satisfy the crowd. The soldiers put a red robe on Jesus. They put a crown made from thorns on his head, and they mocked him, calling him King of the Jews. They hit Jesus with a stick, and they whipped him over and over and over.
It was a terrible night for Jesus, but it didn't satisfy his enemies. They still cried, "Crucify him!" Finally, Pilate gave in, and he let them take Jesus away to be killed on the cross.
Greetings. I'm a centurion in the Roman army, and I'm an officer, and these are 2 of the 100 men in my command. We have fought in many battles together, and we have taken many lives together. But now we don't serve on the front lines. We serve the governor of Judea, Pontius Pilate. We are relegated to security, crowd control, and punishment. But there are some tasks that even I don't like. Crucifixion is not the same as taking a life in battle. There's no fight, and it takes a long time for people to die on the cross. It is very, very hard to look at, but sometimes it's our job. This Friday, we crucified Jesus, the man they call King of the Jews. But this was like no crucifixion we've ever seen before. People came from all over just to watch him die. When the city walls were full, they went up Golgotha, a hill outside the city walls, just to watch. My soldiers made Jesus carry his own crossbar. A crossbar on a cross could be upwards of 100 pounds. Now keep in mind, Jesus had been beaten, whipped. He had not eaten or slept for many, many hours. And yet, he carried his crossbar. Along the walk, a few of Jesus' followers wept for him. But most people laughed at him. They cursed him. They even spit on him. And I will say and admit that my men and I did the same. At Calvary, my men nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the cross. We lifted the cross up and waited to watch him die. I offered him wine with some myrrh to dull the pain, but he refused. Now, I'm a big, strong soldier when it comes to battle and death, but even I couldn't bear to watch. I wish I was someplace else that day. Watching someone die on the cross is very difficult. It will make you sick. Worst of all, as Jesus hung there, dying, suffering, and in pain, I heard him cry to God, and he said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they're doing." While we were killing him, Jesus was forgiving us. This was more than I could bear. It was only the afternoon, but it was dark. The whole land was dark. And it came a time where he said, "Father, into your hands I commend my spirit." Soon after, he took his final breath. Seeing this, I praised his God, and now my God, and cried, "Surely this was a righteous man." So go in peace, but tell all you see what you heard here today.
It's hard to think about Jesus on the cross, but that's the way God chose him to pay for our sins, even the ones who nailed him to the cross. We would like our friends and our families to make crosses out of paper, out of wood, out of branches, whatever you have around the house, and display them outside for everyone to see. Let's remind our friends and our neighbors the sacrifices Jesus made for all of us, and remind them of what Easter is truly about.
May God bless you all.